how can we make a scatter plot chart in Excel and how can we use it with a practical example. So here I have two different practical situations to use the scatter plot chart in Excel. Basically, with the scatter plot chart in Excel, we can see whether or not there is a correlation between two variables. And through this chart that I have here right now, as you guys can see, yes, there is a correlation here because these red dots that I have here through the area of the chart are making a pattern. They are growing up, for example. But it's not always that we're gonna have a correlation between two variables. There's many times where the dots are not making any type of pattern, and that way we know that there is no correlation between these two variables that we are comparing against each other. So I hope this video can help you out on how can we do a scatter plot chart in Excel. So let's go and find out how can we do it. The first thing that we need to create a scatter plot chart in Excel is to have a data set, and you don't need to have the same data set that I'm using here. You can use your own data set to do your own analysis. So let's say you want to compare and to see whether or not there is a correlation between two data, two variables. You can do it with your own data set. Here, in this particular example here, this practical example, I just downloaded this report from my website. And here I have as the first column, the customer name, and then the time of each one of the customers that they expend on the website in minutes. And here as the last column, I have the money expend. So I want to check if there is a correlation between the time on the website and the amount of money expend. So more time expend on the website translates to more money. I don't know. This is what I'm gonna check. To do it, the first thing that we can do, of course, is to have the data set, and then we can select the both columns that we have that we want to compare against each other. So let me select here the entire column B and also the entire column C. Now I need to go here to the Insert tab, and I'm gonna select here, I'm gonna choose the scatter plot chart in Excel, this chart right here. I can click, and the chart is already on the screen. Something that I can do here, I can click the title, read it off, and we're basically done. Of course, we can make some adjustments here to make the chart a little bit more precise. Like, for example, as you guys can see here in the x-axis, the values are 5 to 5. So 0, 5, 10, 15, and so on. If you want to give more preciseness to your chart, you can change this range, let's say. So maybe here it's a good idea to use, let's say, 2 by 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. Let me double click here in this x-axis, 1, 2, to open this right panel right here. And instead of using here units major as 5, I'm gonna use 2. Enter. And now I have more preciseness in my x-axis. I can do the same thing here for the y-axis to have more preciseness. Let me double click here, or just click as my right panel is already open. And instead of just go 50 by 50, I can go by 20 by 20. So 20, enter, and I'm done. Let me close here this right panel. And here is our scatter plot chart in Excel. Through this scatter plot chart in Excel, I can see that, yes, there is a correlation between these two variables that I'm comparing here. In the x-axis, I have the minutes expend on the website. And in the y-axis, I have the money expend on the website. And as you guys can see, as the minute increase, amount of money expend also increases. So yeah, there's a correlation here. As you guys can see, we have here this diagonal increase. And of course, another situation here could be, let's say, a decrease in the values, or also a value that is totally in the horizontal, for example. It doesn't matter how much time a customer expend on the website, he's gonna expend the same amount of money, for example. If you had, of course, a horizontal line or a correlation that is like a horizontal line. I want to show you guys another example, another situation where I doesn't have basically a correlation here. I have the same data set, but with another values here. And this time, these values here are not making any type of correlation. Let me select here the column B and column C again. Now I can go here, insert, and choose the scatter plot chart, this one right here. And as you guys can see here, there is any type of correlation here. The only analysis that I can do here is there's not any type of correlation. The dots are not going up, the dots are not going down. The dots are basically make here a square shape. And because of that, I can see that there's not a correlation here. We have here randomly dots on through the area of the chart. So in this video, we just saw two different situations about the scatter plot chart in Excel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or any suggestions to the next videos, let me know, comment down below, and I see you tomorrow, as every day has a new video. I see you there.